We're diving into an incredible coin that could be worth a staggering $1.8 million. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about the 1980 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. If you've got one of these coins sitting around, you might just be in for a life-changing discovery. Let's start with the basics. The 1980 Lincoln penny is a common coin that was mass-produced. Most of these pennies aren't worth more than their face value, but what makes this coin so special is its rare errors and condition that can drastically increase its value. The no mint mark means this coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Generally, coins from Philadelphia don't have a mint mark, and for many coins, this is standard. But it's not just the absence of the mint mark that makes this penny so valuable. It's all about the coin's condition, rarity, and any potential errors that could make it stand out. First, let's talk about coin grading. If your 1980 Lincoln penny is in pristine, uncirculated condition with no signs of wear or damage, it could be worth a lot more than a regular circulated penny. Coin grading companies like PCGS or NGC use a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. A high-grade coin, especially in mint state condition, can fetch thousands, or even millions, of dollars. Now, let's move on to what really excites collectors: errors and varieties. Some of these 1980 pennies have known errors that make them incredibly valuable. One of the most sought-after errors is the doubled die. This happens during the minting process when the coin is struck more than once, causing certain details like Lincoln's profile, the date, or the lettering to appear doubled. If you have a 1980 penny with a doubled die, you're looking at a significantly more valuable coin. Another error to watch out for is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned in the press, causing the design to appear off-center. The more dramatic the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. You might also come across coins with planchet errors. A planchet is the blank metal disc that is struck to create the coin. If there's an issue with the planchet, like improper cutting or the wrong material being used, it can result in some fascinating and highly collectible coins. So, how do you know if you've struck gold with your 1980 penny? First, examine the coin closely for any signs of doubling, misalignment, or other errors. You may need a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to get a good look. Then, consider getting the coin professionally graded if it appears to be in mint state or has any errors. A high-grade 1980 penny with errors could be worth millions to the right collector. Let's talk about that $1.8 million figure. This astronomical value is reserved for an incredibly rare and specific version of the 1980 penny. Only a few coins in perfect condition with rare errors have been known to fetch prices this high. But even if your penny isn't worth millions, it could still bring in hundreds or thousands of dollars depending on its condition and any errors it might have. So, what's the bottom line? If you come across a 1980 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, don't just toss it aside. Take a close look. Check for errors, inspect its condition, and consider getting it graded. You never know, you could be holding on to a small fortune. We're taking a closer look at a truly extraordinary find, the 1952 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny with a mint mark that has captured the attention of collectors worldwide. This coin, incredibly, has been valued at a staggering $1.7 million in the current market, making it one of the most sought-after pieces in numismatic history. But what exactly makes this coin so special, and why is it worth so much? Let's start with some background on the 1952 penny itself. First minted in 1952 at the San Francisco Mint, this coin is part of the Lincoln Cent series, which features the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or head side, and the wheat stalks on the reverse, symbolizing unity and strength in America. The mint mark below the date indicates that it was produced in San Francisco, one of three major mints producing coins for the U.S. Treasury during that time, the others being Philadelphia and Denver. Now, in general, the 1952 Lincoln penny is not considered a rare coin. Millions of these coins were struck for circulation. However, what sets this particular coin apart is its condition, rarity in higher grades, and potential errors that have driven collectors to place such a high value on it. If you happen to have one of these pennies in circulation-worn condition, its value would typically be just a few cents to a few dollars. However, in mint state condition, which means it's in pristine, uncirculated quality, the value can start to climb dramatically. One of the key factors influencing the market value of this coin is its grade. Coin grading refers to the process of determining the condition of a coin on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. The 1952 penny that recently sold for $1.7 million was graded at the highest possible level, MS 70, meaning it was flawless under magnification and free of any visible marks, scratches, or wear. This is a rarity in itself because the majority of pennies from this era have been heavily circulated, making it incredibly difficult to find one in perfect condition. Another contributing factor to the coin's value could be the presence of a unique minting error. Coin errors occur during the production process when something goes wrong, such as a die misalignment, double strikes, or other mechanical issues. Collectors prize error coins because they are typically one of a kind or produced in extremely small quantities. Some 1952 pennies are known to have certain anomalies, such as repunched mint marks or doubling on the obverse lettering. If your penny features one of these rare errors, its value could skyrocket. So, how can you tell if your 1952 penny is worth $1.7 million or more? First, you'll want to examine the condition. If your penny shows significant wear, such as faded details on Lincoln's face or the wheat stalks on the back, it's likely worth far less. However, if it's in excellent, uncirculated condition, you should consider having it professionally graded by a service like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. These organizations can provide an official grade, which is crucial if you're hoping to sell it to serious collectors or at auction. Next, you'll want to inspect your penny for any unusual features, such as doubling, die cracks, or other minting errors. A professional numismatist can help you identify these characteristics if you're unsure. If your coin does indeed have one of these rare features and is in mint condition, it could be worth a fortune. The sale of a 1952 Lincoln penny for $1.7 million has certainly set the bar high, but it's important to remember that finding a penny in such extraordinary condition is exceedingly rare. Most high-value sales are reserved for coins that are either in near-perfect mint state or have distinctive and desirable errors. So why do collectors place such a high premium on coins like the 1952 penny? For many, it's not just about the intrinsic value of the coin but also the historical significance, the rarity, and the challenge of finding one in perfect condition. Coins like these represent a snapshot of American history, and owning a piece of that history, especially one that has been so well preserved, is incredibly appealing to collectors around the world. In conclusion, the 1952 Abraham Lincoln penny with the S mint mark may seem like an ordinary coin at first glance, but its potential value is anything but. Whether it's due to its flawless condition, a unique mint error, or a combination of both, this coin has earned its place in the upper echelons of numismatic treasures, commanding a jaw-dropping $1.7 million. If you happen to come across one of these pennies, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. You never know, you might be holding a small fortune in your hand. We're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the 1967 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, which has captured the attention of collectors and enthusiasts around the world due to its staggering worth of up to $1.6 million. Now, what makes this coin so special? First, let's talk about its design. The 1967 penny features the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, which has been a mainstay of U.S. coinage since 1909, in honor of the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. On the reverse, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, a design that was introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. This particular coin has no mint mark, which means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, as Philadelphia traditionally did not use mint marks for coins at the time. But the real question is, why is this 1967 Lincoln penny worth as much as $1.6 million? The answer lies in several factors that drive the value of coins: rarity, condition, and demand. Although the Philadelphia Mint produced millions of 1967 pennies, not all of them are created equal. Most of these pennies are only worth face value or a little more if they are in circulated condition, but a small number of them can fetch astronomical prices due to their unique characteristics. One of the key factors that can dramatically increase the value of a 1967 penny is its condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 representing a flawless coin in perfect condition. The highest grade, known as Mint State 70 or MS-70, is incredibly rare for pennies from this era. A 1967 penny in mint state condition with absolutely no wear, scratches, or other imperfections can be worth a significant amount of money. In fact, some of the rarest 1967 pennies that have been graded in MS-67 or higher have sold for thousands of dollars. But the few that are truly flawless and come in at an MS-70 grade are the ones that collectors are willing to pay top dollar for, reaching prices up to $1.6 million at auctions. The rarity of such high-grade coins is what drives their value, as they represent the best preserved examples of this iconic penny. Another important aspect to consider is any errors or unique variations that can be found on the 1967 penny. Error coins are highly sought after by collectors, and any minor mistakes in the minting process, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or other anomalies, can make a coin incredibly valuable. These errors make the coin stand out as a unique piece of history and add to its appeal for collectors. So, if you come across a 1967 Lincoln penny, it's worth taking a close look at its condition and checking for any possible errors. While most of these coins won't be worth millions, those in exceptional condition or with unique errors could fetch significant prices in the current market. Now, you might be wondering how to find out if your 1967 penny is worth millions. First, it's important to have your coin professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service, such as the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. These organizations will carefully examine your coin and assign it a grade, which can then help you determine its potential value. If your penny is graded in mint state or has any rare errors, you could be looking at a very valuable coin. In addition to professional grading, it's also important to keep up with current market trends. The value of rare coins can fluctuate over time based on demand, collector interest, and overall market conditions. Attending coin auctions, visiting coin dealers, and keeping an eye on online marketplaces can give you a better sense of what similar coins are selling for and help you gauge the potential worth of your 1967 penny. So, what's the takeaway? While the 1967 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny might seem like an ordinary coin at first glance, it has the potential to be worth up to $1.6 million if it's in exceptional condition or has unique characteristics. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just someone who's curious about the value of your pocket change, the 1967 penny is a reminder that hidden treasures can be found in the most unexpected places. We're going to take a closer look at the 1968 Lincoln penny with an S mint mark. This particular penny has made headlines for its staggering value, with some selling for as much as $1.5 million. Yes, you heard that right, a simple 1-cent coin could be worth millions. Before we dive into why this penny is so valuable, let's talk a little bit about its history. The 1968 Lincoln penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The S mint mark indicates that the coin was struck at the San Francisco Mint. The penny features the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, which is the standard design for pennies minted between 1959 and 2008. So, what makes the 1968 S penny so special? The real value comes from a combination of rarity, condition, and errors. There are a few things collectors look for when determining a coin's worth. First, mint condition coins, meaning pennies that have never been circulated, hold much more value. If your 1968 S penny looks brand new, it could be worth a lot. Next, any unique errors in the coin such as double dies, off-center strikes, or other minting mistakes can make the coin incredibly valuable. While most 1968 S pennies are only worth their face value, there have been a few extremely rare specimens that have sold for jaw-dropping amounts. The most famous example was a 1968 Lincoln penny graded in perfect condition with a rare double die error. This type of error occurs when the design on the die is imprinted twice on the coin, making some details appear doubled. Coins like this are rare, and when they appear in near-perfect condition, they can fetch enormous prices at auction. In one notable case, such a penny sold for $1.5 million. If you happen to have a 1968 penny, you might be wondering how to tell if it's worth a fortune. First, examine the coin under a magnifying glass. Look for any signs of a double die error on Lincoln's profile, particularly on the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." You should also check the overall condition of the coin. The fewer scratches, marks, or wear, the higher the potential value. If your penny looks pristine or has any of these errors, it might be worth getting it professionally graded. If you think you found a rare 1968 penny, your next step is to get it authenticated and graded by a reputable coin grading service. Professional grading companies like the PCGS or NGC will examine your coin and assign it a grade based on its condition. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin will be. This step is crucial if you want to sell the coin at auction or to collectors, as it verifies its authenticity and condition. While not every 1968 penny is going to be worth millions, a regular 1968 penny in circulated condition might be worth around 5 to 20 cents to collectors. However, in uncirculated or mint condition, it could be worth anywhere from $10 to several $100s. But, if your penny has a rare error like the double die and is in near-perfect condition, the value skyrockets. Some have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and the most exceptional pieces have reached the $1 million mark. This is why the 1968 penny is so exciting for coin collectors. So, there you have it, the story behind the 1968 Lincoln penny that could potentially be worth $1.5 million. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just checking your pocket change, it's always worth taking a closer look at those pennies. Who knows? You might be sitting on a small fortune and not even realize it. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos on rare and valuable coins. Let us know in the comments if you've ever come across a rare coin or if you're going to start searching for that elusive 1968 penny. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of coin collecting and focusing on one special penny, the 1970 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent coin. If you're a coin enthusiast or just someone curious about how a simple penny can be worth an astonishing $1.4 million, you're in the right place. We're going to explore what makes this specific coin so valuable, the features that set it apart, and how you can identify if you might be holding on to one of these rare treasures. The 1970 Lincoln penny was minted at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D Mint mark below the date. Now, while millions of pennies were produced in 1970, there are only a handful of these that are worth serious money. The secret lies in errors and variations that occurred during the minting process. One key thing that coin collectors look for in the 1970 Lincoln penny is what's called a double die. This means that the coin's design was struck twice, leading to slight but noticeable doubling on certain details, especially the date, the lettering, and sometimes on Lincoln's portrait itself. This doubling is an error, but it's these errors that make the coin highly valuable. So, what makes this particular coin worth up to $1.4 million? Well, first, the rarity of the error plays a big role. Coins with double die strikes are extremely scarce, and collectors will pay top dollar to own one in the best condition. The condition of the coin is critical. This is where coin grading comes in. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, mint-condition coin. A 1970 penny that's in near-perfect condition, known as mint state, is what can fetch such a high price at auction. A penny with sharp details, no scratches, and a strong double die error is considered a true rarity. Another factor is the demand among collectors. Lincoln pennies have been a collector favorite for decades. Many people want to complete a full set of Lincoln pennies, and having one with such a significant error from 1970 makes it a valuable piece to own. Now, you might be wondering how to spot one of these valuable pennies. First, check the date and look for any doubling in the numbers or letters. You'll need a magnifying glass or microscope for this, as the doubling can be subtle. Next, pay attention to the overall condition of the coin. The less wear and tear, the more valuable it becomes. Even slight damage can decrease the value significantly. Finally, if you think you've got a 1970 penny with a double die error, consider getting it authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. These services can certify the coin's authenticity and provide a grade, which is essential if you're looking to sell or auction the coin. It's incredible to think that a simple penny could be worth over $1 million. But in the world of coin collecting, rarity, demand, and condition are everything. The 1970 Lincoln penny is a prime example of how a small minting error can turn an everyday object into a valuable treasure. So, check your coin collections, examine those old pennies, and who knows, you might just be holding a $1.4 million gem in your hands. We're diving deep into a fascinating coin that's been making waves in the collector's world, the 1973 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. This particular penny, though seemingly ordinary, has recently caught the attention of collectors due to its astounding value in the market, and believe it or not, one of these coins was sold for an incredible $1.3 million. Yes, you heard that right. Let's talk about why this coin is so special, what factors contribute to its high value, and how you might have a fortune sitting in your pocket change. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation for over a century, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the years, there have been many variations, including different designs and mint marks. However, the 1973 penny with no mint mark has a unique place in numismatic history. Normally, coins minted in Philadelphia carry no mint mark, while those from Denver or San Francisco would be marked with a D or S. But what makes the 1973 no mint mark penny so remarkable is not just its origin in Philadelphia but the unique characteristics that set some of these pennies apart from the rest. The first thing to understand is that not every 1973 penny is worth $1 million. In fact, most 1973 pennies are worth only their face value. But in rare cases, certain pennies from this year exhibit distinctive features that make them extremely valuable. For the penny that sold for $1.3 million, several factors contributed to its value. The condition of the coin is one of the most critical aspects. The $1 million penny was in pristine, uncirculated condition, meaning it showed no signs of wear or damage, which is extremely rare for a coin of this age. Coins like this are graded by professional services, and the highest grades, such as MS-67 or MS-68, are incredibly sought after by collectors. Another reason this coin fetched such a high price is due to its rarity. While millions of 1973 pennies were produced, very few of them exist in such perfect condition. Additionally, any errors in the minting process, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or other anomalies, can drastically increase a coin's value. Collectors are always on the lookout for such unique features, and if your 1973 penny happens to have any of these rare errors, it could be worth a small fortune. So, how do you know if your 1973 no mint mark penny could be worth millions? First, examine the coin's condition. If it's been circulated, meaning it's been used in everyday transactions, it's unlikely to be worth a significant amount. However, if the coin looks almost brand new with no scratches or blemishes, you might have something valuable on your hands. It's a good idea to have your coin professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC, as their certification can drastically increase its market value. Next, look for any signs of minting errors or unique characteristics. A magnifying glass or microscope can help you spot things like double dies, misstrikes, or other abnormalities that might not be visible to the naked eye. Even the smallest error can make a huge difference in value, so take your time inspecting the coin. Now, let's talk about the current market for the 1973 no mint mark Lincoln penny. While the record-breaking sale of $1.3 million is extraordinary, it's important to note that this is not the average price for a 1973 penny. Coins in lower grades or with signs of circulation typically sell for a few dollars to a couple of $100s, depending on the condition and any unique features. However, for those rare pennies that are in top condition and possibly have minting errors, the sky's the limit. Prices in auctions can soar into the thousands, hundreds of thousands, and even millions, as we've seen with the $1.3 million sale. That if you believe you have a valuable 1973 Lincoln penny, don't rush to sell it just yet. First, get it authenticated and graded by a professional service. This will not only give you an accurate idea of its value but also make it more appealing to potential buyers. Once your coin is graded, you can consider selling it at an auction house that specializes in rare coins or through online platforms where collectors are always on the lookout for high-value coins. So, there you have it, the fascinating story of the 1973 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny that sold for an astounding $1.3 million. It's incredible to think that a single penny could be worth so much, but it just goes to show how unique and rare coins can capture the imagination and wallets of collectors. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more coin-related content. Who knows, maybe you have $1 million coin hiding in your pocket right now. We're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting. Specifically, we're going to talk about the 1978 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny without a mint mark. This little coin may look ordinary to most, but it has a current market value of up to $1.7 million. That's right, one penny worth millions. So, what makes this coin so valuable? Stick around and let's find out. First off, let's talk a bit about the coin itself. The 1978 Lincoln penny is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, which started back in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. These coins feature the famous profile of Lincoln on the obverse side, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, which replaced the original wheat design starting in 1959. Now, if you have a 1978 penny, you'll notice it doesn't have a mint mark. This means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, as Philadelphia didn't use a mint mark on pennies during that time. This is normal for Lincoln cents from the Philadelphia Mint until they started adding the P mint mark in 2017. So, if your 1978 penny has no mint mark, that's completely expected. But why is this coin worth so much? Let's get into the specifics. One of the main reasons certain 1978 Lincoln pennies are fetching millions is due to rare error coins and special variants. In coin collecting, the rarer the coin, the more valuable it becomes. And error coins, which happen due to mistakes during the minting process, are highly sought after. These errors can include double dies, off-center strikes, or coins struck on the wrong planchets. The most valuable Lincoln pennies from 1978 tend to be those that have minting errors or unique characteristics. For example, a double die error might show a doubling effect on the date, Lincoln's profile, or the lettering. These small differences make the coin stand out and increase its value significantly. So if you find any unusual markings or designs on your 1978 penny, you could be looking at a rare coin worth a fortune. The next factor that plays a major role in determining a coin's value is its condition or grade. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, uncirculated coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Most coins that are worth thousands or even millions of dollars are graded at mint state, meaning they've never been used in circulation and have almost no wear or tear. If you're lucky enough to have a 1978 Lincoln penny in mint condition, and it also has an error or rare variant, you could be holding onto a coin that's worth well over $1 million. The key is to have your coin professionally graded by a trusted service like PCGS or NGC. Once graded, the true value of the coin can be determined based on its rarity, condition, and demand among collectors. Now, why does the 1978 penny specifically stand out? Well, it was minted during a time when the US Mint was producing billions of pennies each year, which means that finding one in pristine condition is quite rare. And with the rise of coin collecting over the years, people are willing to pay a premium for these rare, well-preserved pieces of history. The fact that it has no mint mark adds an extra layer of historical value since it represents the era before Philadelphia started using a mint mark on pennies. Collectors often love these types of details, as they highlight a specific period in U.S. minting history. So, what's the current market value of the 1978 Lincoln penny? While most 1978 pennies are worth only their face value of 1 cent, a rare, uncirculated 1978 penny with no mint mark and unique errors can reach astronomical prices. Some examples have sold for thousands of dollars at auction, and in rare cases, the value has climbed as high as $1.7 million. Keep in mind that not every 1978 penny is worth a fortune, but if you have one in exceptional condition or with a rare error, you could be looking at a life-changing sum of money. The key is getting your coin authenticated and graded, and then finding the right buyer willing to pay top dollar for it. In conclusion, the 1978 Abraham Lincoln penny without a mint mark is a coin that could be worth a lot more than you might think. While most of these pennies are only worth their face value, rare error coins and high-grade examples can reach staggering prices, even up to $1.7 million. If you think you might have a valuable 1978 penny, it's definitely worth getting it checked out by a professional. We're diving into a special coin, the 1982 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, known for its extraordinary value and rarity. If you have one of these in your collection, you might be sitting on a fortune worth up to $1.9 million. Yes, you heard that right, a penny that could make you a millionaire. Let's explore why this 1982 D penny is so special. First, it's important to note that 1982 was a transition year for the U.S. Mint. During this year, the Mint switched from making pennies primarily out of copper to zinc due to rising copper prices. Some of the 1982 pennies were made with a copper composition, while others were made from a zinc core with a thin copper coating. However, the key factor that makes certain 1982 D Lincoln pennies so valuable is their weight and composition. The rare 1982 D Lincoln penny that is worth a staggering $1.9 million is a copper penny weighing 3.11 grams. The Mint had already started producing pennies with a lighter zinc composition that weighed 2.5 grams. But if you find a 1982 D penny with the heavier weight of 3.11 grams, you're in luck. This weight indicates that the penny was made from 95% copper, making it part of the earlier batch before the full transition to zinc. So, why is this copper 1982 D penny so valuable? It all comes down to its rarity. Only a few of these copper pennies with the D Mint mark were mistakenly produced in Denver, and these pennies were never supposed to be released into circulation. The fact that they were makes them a highly sought-after coin for collectors. Now, let's talk about how you can identify if you have one of these rare and valuable coins. First, check the year on the penny. If it says 1982 and has the D Mint mark below the date, you're off to a good start. Next, weigh the penny. If it weighs 3.11 grams, you may have the rare copper version. If it weighs closer to 2.5 grams, it's the more common zinc version, which unfortunately isn't worth millions. Another key factor is the condition of the coin. Collectors are always looking for pennies in the best possible condition. If your 1982 D penny is in mint state or uncirculated condition, its value will be significantly higher. Coins that are worn or damaged are still valuable, but their worth may be lower compared to those in pristine condition. The highest value for this coin, $1.9 million, was fetched at an auction where a copper 1982 D penny in mint condition was sold. This shows just how valuable these coins can be when in excellent condition. To sum it up, the 1982 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny is one of the most valuable and rare pennies out there, and it's worth up to $1.9 million. If you happen to find one, make sure to weigh it, check the mint mark, and get it appraised by a professional coin dealer. You could be holding on to a piece of American history that's worth a fortune. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on valuable coins. Who knows, the next coin we talk about might just be sitting in your pocket waiting to be discovered. We're going to explore the fascinating story of the 1984 Lincoln penny with no mint mark that is currently valued at a staggering $1.8 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny that's worth millions. Now, before we dive into the specific details of this coin, let's talk a little bit about the history of the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln cent, which was first introduced in 1909, has been one of the most iconic and widely circulated coins in the United States. The front of the coin features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president, while the reverse side originally showed two wheat ears before switching to the Lincoln Memorial in 1959. The 1984 penny may look like any other from that era, but collectors and coin experts know that there's something extraordinary about certain examples of this coin. You might be wondering why a regular-looking penny could be worth millions. Well, it all comes down to a few rare characteristics that make this coin extremely valuable in the eyes of collectors. One of the key features of the 1984 Lincoln penny is the fact that it has no mint mark. Coins with no mint mark were minted in Philadelphia, but what really sets this coin apart is a unique error that occurred during the minting process. Error coins are often highly sought after by collectors because they're incredibly rare, and in the case of the 1984 Lincoln penny, it's all about a famous die error called the double die. The 1984 double die penny has a noticeable error on Abraham Lincoln's face, particularly around the ear. If you look closely, you can see a strong doubling effect, making it appear as though Lincoln has an extra ear or a large outline near his ear. This type of doubling occurs when the die, which strikes the design onto the blank coin, shifts slightly during the minting process, creating a doubled image. The 1984 Lincoln penny is one of the most famous double die coins ever discovered, but it's not just the doubled ear that makes this penny so valuable. The condition of the coin is also critical. Most of the 1984 double die pennies that are found in circulation show signs of wear and tear, which reduces their value. However, if the coin is in mint state condition or has been well preserved over the years, it can fetch an incredibly high price at auction. Coins that have been graded as MS-65 or higher by professional grading services are the ones that command top dollar. So, how did this penny reach the jaw-dropping value of $1.8 million? In recent years, the demand for rare and error coins has skyrocketed, especially among serious collectors and investors. At an auction, one of these rare 1984 Lincoln pennies in pristine condition sold for $1.8 million due to its rarity, historical significance, and the high demand among collectors. Now, you might be wondering how you can tell if you have one of these valuable 1984 Lincoln pennies in your possession. First, you'll want to check if your penny has no mint mark, which means it was minted in Philadelphia. Then, examine Lincoln's ear closely to see if there's any sign of doubling or an extra outline. If you suspect that you found one, it's worth having the coin professionally graded to determine its condition and authenticity. It's important to note that not every 1984 penny without a mint mark is worth a fortune. The value depends on whether it has the double die error and its condition. But if you do happen to come across one in great shape, it could be worth a significant amount of money. So, there you have it. The 1984 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny is one of the most sought-after error coins in the world, with a current market value of up to $1.8 million in top condition. Who would have thought that a simple penny could be worth so much? We're diving into a truly extraordinary coin, the 2016 Lincoln penny with a Denver mint mark, which has caught the attention of collectors and enthusiasts worldwide. You might be wondering, how can a coin minted so recently be worth such an astronomical value of $1.3 million? Let's explore the factors that make this penny so special and why it's such a prized possession in the numismatic world. To start, the 2016 penny is part of the Lincoln cent series, which has been in circulation for more than a century, first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The coin was designed by Victor David Brenner and has remained one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. But what makes the 2016 penny stand out among millions of Lincoln pennies minted every year? One key factor is the condition of the coin. Collectors place a high value on coins that are in mint or near mint condition, often referred to as MS or mint state. A 2016 D penny that's graded as MS68 or higher by professional grading services, like PCGS or NGC, can fetch incredible prices due to its rarity at that high level of preservation. The $1.3 million valuation comes from a combination of its near-perfect condition and the demand for flawless coins among top collectors. Another reason for its high value is the potential for errors or varieties. Certain 2016 D pennies could contain minting errors, like doubling in the design, off-centering, or die cracks. These errors are highly sought after by collectors because they add uniqueness and scarcity to the coin. For instance, a penny with a noticeable minting error can dramatically increase in value compared to a regular strike. The scarcity of high-grade 2016 D pennies in MS68 or higher is also a critical factor. Even though billions of pennies are produced each year, finding one in such pristine condition is extremely rare. Out of the billions made, only a small fraction of coins are well preserved enough to be graded this high, which creates intense demand among collectors. Now, you might be wondering how you can identify if your 2016 D penny is worth $1.3 million. First, examine the coin's overall appearance. Check for any visible mint errors and assess its condition. Is it shiny and free of scratches, dents, or discoloration? If it appears to be in excellent condition, you might want to consider sending it to a professional grading service for evaluation. A coin in MS68 or higher with a unique mint error can truly be a life-changing find. Lastly, the 2016 D Lincoln penny has gained considerable attention due to auctions and private sales where similar coins have sold for jaw-dropping prices. High-end collectors and investors are always on the lookout for coins that combine rarity, historical significance, and pristine condition, and the 2016 D penny fits all of these criteria. To sum up, the 2016 D Lincoln penny is a remarkable example of how even modern coins can reach extraordinary values in the right circumstances. Whether it's due to minting errors, its superb condition, or simply the demand for rare pennies, this coin is a shining star in the world of numismatics, and its worth of $1.3 million reflects that perfectly.